Welcome to the training video on how to set up DropGuard warnings and milestones at your school. Warnings are used by your school to communicate between various personnel about the various at-risk factors that we're seeing in students on an ongoing basis. And milestones are defined as those things that the student is doing well, the positive indicators, like if they've completed all of their gen ed requirements or something like that. The first thing we want your school to know is that we don't recommend a complex setup for the first semester. If you follow our recommendations, you will maximize your chance of success, get a positive boost in your retention, and make everyone on your campus happy. Then, the next semester, we can expand the system and get a second boost in retention without causing undue implementation stress. When your school first purchases the system, one of the first things you should decide is whether you want to use the Express setup option or a more elaborate setup. Less technically savvy administrators and smaller schools should choose the Express setup. Once you decide, please inform our customer service representatives of your decision. This decision won't change the software necessarily, but rather how much our customer service representatives explain every minute detail about the software to you. If you choose the Express setup, we'll take educated guesses about a lot of settings and make it as easy as possible for you to get up and running. We want to minimize the amount of work that you're doing and maximize your benefit. So, the first decisions you should make are what kind of at-risk indicators your instructors see. These typically include being absent from class, missing a test or an assignment, getting a failing grade, or the catch-all instructor concern. You can change these by going to Edit, Warning Signs, or by writing down your changes to the template and then emailing it to us. On the template, you'll note that you can set the severity of each of these at-risk signs from 1 to 5 and whether we want to notify the student if they got a warning. By default, the system is sent to send an email and a text message to the student when these warnings are given, but you can choose to turn them off. If you do record absences from class, please also tell us because we'll have set up automated reminders to your students. We'll use voice over IP technology and make it real easy for you to contact at-risk students that are missing class. This will significantly cut down the amount of work your success department will have to do to make sure that we can reach out to all of these students and identify the students who are most at risk. Next, we recommend you select 3 or fewer departments on your campus that also notice at-risk signs. Typically, your financial aid department and your academic advising offices are great places to start. The financial aid department typically sees financial aid rejections and students stating that they don't have enough aid, so there's a large unmet need. Academic advising offices typically notice at-risk indicators such as students dropping classes, having to retake classes to increase their grade, switching their majors to undecided, and when the students state they're not integrating well on campus. Lastly, you'll need to decide the severity of these at-risk signs. We recommend for starters that everything is worth 1 point, except financial aid rejections, which should be worth 5 points, and failing an exam in a given course, which should be worth 2 points. If you are unsure of what to do, don't worry. You can adjust everything at a later time. On the Setup Warnings and Milestones page, you can also select milestones from the drop-down. Here, you can type in various success indicators for the student. For instance, whether or not they've got all of their prerequisites handled for a particular major, or if they've completed all their gen ed requirements. This will help to round out the picture of the student. And if you're displaying the information on your school's website, also give them positive indicators that'll help drive them to further success. That's all we recommend for the setup of users in their first semester of DropGuard. Obviously, you'll have to get the upload files and then teach all of your instructors on how to use these signs and each of the departments on how to use these warning signs and coordinate the information. As the semester progresses, we know that you're going to come to us and want to tweak certain things, and that's perfectly fine. It's going to be very easy to organically grow the system to your exact needs. As the semesters go on, we can add departments and start integrating our other at-risk components. Demographic signs, as in if a student is a first-generational college student or living off campus, and whether they answer certain questions on our 3-week survey or end-of-the-year satisfaction survey. So it really can be this easy. Thank you for watching this training video. Please contact our support staff if you have any questions or concern. We hope that they've helped you be well on your way to increasing your students' retention as soon as possible.